All right, this is titled Star Citizen's most OP gun. Should it be balanced? And they had the FS9 in the thumbnail, and this is from the Eradicator. I'm curious. I never got a vibe that any specific gun was overpowered or not, because the armor is so bad that you pretty much kill everybody. They kill you, you kill them, we trade. Guns don't really matter. Just choose whatever feels the coolest in sci-fi, you know? I guess taking ballistics matters now because you can go straight through shields, and if somebody's inside your ship, you could shoot at them. Maybe he'll reference that, because that does make the FS9 a more viable thing than taking lasers, but that goes for any ballistic weapon, I think.
I don't know any game in which there isn't a meta or most effective tactic available, and Star Citizen is no exception.
What is this quality?
Dogfighters have got to fly a light fighter like an
1080p,
arrow if they want to have the highest chances of success. Traders right now have got to use a C2 Hercules for its cargo capacity and its flak ability, and of course, first-person combat players have a meta of their own, and that is what we are going to talk about in today's video.
Okay. I really don't think there's a meta, but I guess ammo counts a thing. Sure.
Hey guys, you're right. And so today I would like to talk about the Bearing FS9, which at this point needs no introduction. It's the gun that you see in every FPS gameplay video, the gun that everyone uses in PvP, either in a verse or in Arena Commander. And so given how diverse and interesting the roster of weapons is,
when I take this in Star Marine, I get dunked by P4AR users, so yeah.
Star Citizen,
I think people use it in the PU because of its mag.
I think that it is rather unfortunate, and therefore the aim of this video will be to provide some constructive criticism and feedback with the aim of finding ideas that could help maybe our game developers to balance this formidable weapon. For example, let's talk about the different uses here of the FS9. It's excellent at point-blank range, for example. When you have enemies straight in front of you, it just launches salvos of bullets, and it's basically making you invincible if you are the first one to shoot. But not just that, it's also very good at long distances, and here at long distances you're not going to be
shooting. What, Eradicator? I'm gonna hard agree with that. It is a sniper rifle.
Salvos instead.
It is a sniper rifle and an LMG at the same time. That's where it's insane.
You are going to be using single shots, and you can do that with the FS9. Just press a little bit your mouse, and then just one bullet will be coming out. It's basically being used just like a rifle, which is what makes this game incredible, right? It's both a machine gun and a long-range rifle at the same time, which makes it very effective if you want to be killing players in any kinds of simulation.
It's got a fast reload too.
And I think that there is also another weapon that's quite similar to the FS9, a weapon that personally I appreciate quite a lot, and I used to use that weapon very often, and that is the F55 from Gemini. But unfortunately, the F55 from Gemini was, in my opinion, far more balanced already from launch, because just as it should, whenever you have a weapon or a tool in a game that's quite powerful, it needs to have some counters. You know, it's always that same rock, scissors, paper type of game. A strength is being countered by a weakness, and so the F55 here has its incredible firing rate countered by some kind of heating time. It takes about 1 second between the moment you click and the moment you actually fire when you use an F55. And on top of that, it also has an insane recoil that balances its firepower, and it really requires some skill if you want to be using this gun effectively. And so that's why in the past, before the FS9 became the meta,
the FS9 has some, to be fair. You have to pull down.
I used an F55 all the time because I had learned to use this weapon. I had learned to master it and use it effectively, and I think that I was really doing a very good job in Arena Commander and Universe with it. But eventually, you know, the FS9 came out, and it just becomes so easy to just kill whatever you can.
It's got
with
150 rounds
the
too.
FS9 that eventually, you know, it became a no-brainer that I ended up using the FS9 as well, because other people were using it and I didn't want to put myself at a disadvantage. The other thing with the FS9 is that it's also rather ubiquitous. For example, it's really hard to find an F55. You may find one eventually in some red containers at some of the obscure locations around the verse,
but
the
the
FS9 is pretty much
FS9
everywhere on NPCs. For example, just take a bunker mission and you will find it on NPCs that you can loot. And worst of all, or I mean it's great if you like it, right? But CIG also gave it away for Christmas in the last Luminula, so pretty much almost everybody at this point potentially has an FS9 as well.
Bonehead move.
So yeah, that's really a bummer, and I think that there are ways to balance it, not just.
We lose our weapons very quickly. That'll early wipe day one. You're going to see people running around with that. I mean, guys, Tarkov does this, right? They give you a pretty good gun for a Christmas gift. It's not that big of a deal.
For example, using the a better recoil like the F55, or maybe a delay between the moment you actually shoot and the moment it shoots. But
yeah,
how about also make it impossible to fire single shots?
Yep.
And this is something that was done with the Gallant Energy Rifle from Bearing as well, which was also a weapon that was a little bit too overpowered in my opinion, and was really nicely balanced. A weapon that I still enjoy using against NPCs from time to time. And now with the Gallant Energy Rifle, you basically fire in bursts, and it also counters how effective that weapon is. So there we have it, guys, how I think we could balance the Bearing FS9. I think it's great to have powerful weapons, but the problem when you have a very good all-rounder is that everyone ends up using the same, and it just becomes less interesting, especially given the large and diverse selection of weapons we have in Star Citizen. Personally, I prefer
I mean, Eradicator, that's what's so nice about them having removed this gun from the shops, right? But then they made it pretty readily available, and it's your kind of go-to. Do you think it's the go-to because it's readily available and it's that good, or is it that good? Unfortunately, I think it's probably that good, but it's also so readily available, so everybody goes for it. Sniper rifles obviously have their place, maybe at Jump Town. There is the argument about the grenade launcher being really problematic as well, and then railguns are useful in their own right too. But the one thing I think what I like about Eradicator's video here is that he took the route of probably a reasonable way in a short period of time to quote unquote balance the weapon. But what the game really needs is ammo types, armors that are effective against certain ammo types, and then immediately it's more about choice that players make, and it's not about one gun being OP, right? So yeah, someone was asking what the gun is. The FS9.
The rock, scissors, papers approach we see in many other games, where one advantage is compensated by a flaw.
He's talking about that now.
I think that it's perhaps the direction that they should be taking. But let me know in the comment section down below, guys. How do you feel about the FS9 from Bearing?
Where armor's
is
not
it
just
a force to be reckoned with? Is it too dominant? Is it balanced, or is it just fine? Well, share your thoughts in the comment section down below. We got a giveaway, guys. That is, of course, our giveaway question as well. This month, we are giving away a couple of things for you guys on YouTube. If you subscribe to the channel, we are giving away a Centurion, which is going to be awesome for Juntown 2.1. So subscribe to the channel and answer the question around there. Also, to thank all the people who helped me out on Patreon or via the YouTube Joe membership, or also by sharing our videos as well on Discord for free. Well, we've got another giveaway on Discord, and here we are giving away a pretty interesting ship here, because it's a Freelancer Max that's also going to be very useful with the cargo refactor. Also, we've got a second channel which is now going to be including all my reaction videos for Star Citizen, including patch notes and Star Citizen news. So check it out as well. I'll put the link in the description down below. Thank you so much to Dr. Fobin, Zero Crusher, and Wolfpipe Pug. It's the Eradicator. I'll see you guys later.
I'm glad people are jumping on that, because it's fun. It actually is really fun to do. Oh my god, why are videos auto-playing? There we go. So, I kind of said my feelings about the gun. I like using it, but I don't think I have the same effectiveness with a what is the it begins with the C, custodian, that I do with an FS9. It really, when you get involved in a fight, there's so much desync right now. I think using the word OP is a little much. Here's a link to the video, by the way. But in general, it does definitely have its use. The thing that I don't like about it is how it's a laser beam from distance and is still as strong, where a lot of other weapons are not like that. So that's how I feel about that. But yeah, good video, Eradicator. Thank you. And congrats on the React channel. Hopefully it goes well.